All right, here we are, 1946S. One of those years we're always looking for. 1946S are rather scarce. They're very difficult to obtain, and they are loaded with die varieties generally. Very, very seldom do I ever go through a roll of these that has nothing in it. And so we're going to try this one and see where we get with it. Lots and lots of RPMs. There's a 46S over DOMM. A few nice double dies possible. Just a lot of good stuff. So, coin number one. Oops, I'm on the wrong side of things. Carl gets the last coin in a roll, though. Coin number one, Paul. Paul Hampton. Let's see what we get. You turn the light up just a little bit on this. There we go. Get things straightened out a little bit here. Okay. Later die state. I don't see any doubling on the mint mark. Nothing on the eye. That L in Liberty is a little bit of a strike flaw. A little bit of a weakness in the strike. Nothing else on this one. So that'll be coin number one in this roll. Now coin number two. We'll go to Kevin. Let's see what Kevin gets. Is it anything special? It does not appear to be. It is a nice coin, but kind of late die state. No doubling on the obverse. Doubling isn't really even known on the reverse of 1946S, but we look anyway just to be sure that we're not missing something. At least on the first 10 coins. Then we'll stop flipping them over after that. Unless we actually find something. In that case, of course we'll flip them over. Here's a sans serif S. Sans serif without a serif. This is one of the three different styles of mint mark for 1946S. The other two that we've looked at so far were serif mint mark, or they sometimes call those trumpet tail. And then the third type is quite a bit more scarce. It's called the ball serif mint mark. The ball serif mint mark is one of those ones that you only see once in a while, and when you do see them, you've got to make sure that they're not flipped upside down, because there is at least one die known with that mint mark style where the mint mark is punched into the die upside down. All right, let's see. Well, these are kind of soft. They're a little late die state, kind of softly punched. Number 5 here. Ant for number 5. There's one of the regular trumpet tail mint marks. Nothing there. A little bit of staining on the top up there, but no doubling. And nothing here on the reverse either. Well, that's 5 coins. One and done. Let's try number 6 and see what we can do with that. Here's Mickey. 1 for Mickey. And it is also a trumpet tail, large S, regular serif S mint mark. The sans serif style, the type without serifs, and this style of mint mark are about equal to one another in distribution in these rolls. About 80 to 85% of all of the coins in one of these rolls would generally be or not just in these rolls, in any rolls, would generally be either this serif mint mark or the sans serif mint mark. The ball serif mint mark is generally about 19%. Now this 46 here being weak like it is, that is relatively common for 1946 cents, and in fact once they get circulated, sometimes that 6 becomes more or less invisible. Can become very difficult to see. Coin number 8 now, Roger Borland. Yeah, it's another one of the serif style mint marks here. So serif and sans serif should make up most of this roll, if not all of it. Once in a while you get lucky enough and you'll get one of those rolls that has 10, 15, 20 of the ball serif mint marks in it. Nothing real special about them except that they are scarce, and you can find them punched inverted. And so you got an upside down mint mark. Here's one for Carl. How can you tell an S is upside down? Well, part of the S mint mark, the part on the top, had a ball, a round serif at the top, and then the bottom serif is shaped like a triangle. And let's see if I can find one of those and show it to you. But I think I have one on my desk. Is this one of them? Yeah, that's one of them right there. That's a ball serif mint mark right there. You got a triangle at the bottom and a round thing at the top. So it's still very different from all the others. But that's what the ball serif mint mark looks like. Here's one for Stan. Next coin in the roll. And once again, not a die variety. Coin 11. Up to Taco John's turn now. Let's see, what did we find? It looks like a regular serif style mint mark. No other doubling. Coin number 12. Eric Beyer. Yet again, nothing real special. Oh, well, that's interesting. There is a die dot right between the B and the E, makes it look like LIB period RTY. Lib period RT. That's kind of cool. Not every day you see stuff like that. It's kind of neat, kind of fun. Just got to have fun with these. Like that squirrel living in a little tree out in the forest. Just like that. Alright, nothing on that one. That's for Carl. There's another one of the sans serif. No serifs. Just a straight out S. Out there without its serif clothes on. Standing out in the cold, getting chilly. You catch pneumonia doing that. All right, here we go. And now I'm going to change our luck. Or not. Still haven't found anything in this roll up to coin number 16. Taco John. Still nothing so far. Something tells me we might be seeing something on the bottom of that mint mark. I'm going to hold that. It looks like this down here might be a doubled serif, and that might be a curve back up. It doesn't look large enough. And there's a lot of flow lines around there, so probably that's what this is. But I'm getting hopeful. Trying to remain positive here. And hopefully you'll find something good. Oh. Well, that one is an RPM. You can see it right here on the inside of the upper curve. But it also has a fingerprint problem. So if Crispy will keep me reminded, I will credit that to him. But it is an RPM, so I'm going to put it up in the RPM pile. Calipigian. Nice woody. Not much else going on here, though. Just a woody. But a pretty one nonetheless. Number 19 for Eric Maith. That's one of those ones just kind of late die state, a little bit rough in the design. Number 20. Frosty. Time for Frosty to put the work down and watch his coin go through the examiner's scope. Hey, looky there. There's another RPM. How about that? That was visible on the inside of the upper curve there. This area right in here where it gets doubled. That is another S-punch right there. So Frosty says, whoop, whoop. So we'll get that one identified for Frosty. I think it's the same one as our fingerprint coin before. We'll get that identified and get it out to him. We're all doing great, David. I think there was another gentleman here earlier in the last reveal. I just read his comment again, and I think what he was trying to ask us is, what is this all about? What is this all about? This is called a coin reveal. Coin roll hunt, roll reveal. And what I'm doing is using my knowledge to go through coins and find any special coins, die varieties, things like that. And this is where they get marked as such for the people who purchased the coins in the roll prior to the roll being opened. It gives you a lot of advantages in that you get to see the coins under a microscope. Yeah, that's what I thought. We have a double bottom serif on this one. Double bottom serif there, that is an RPM. But so this is a hunt through a roll for people for coins that have been purchased. It's an unexamined, unsearched roll. And as we go through, I'm finding the goodies in here. And we are attributing them for the collectors who purchased them and sending them off. So this coin, this very exact coin, will be shipped to Stan once we can get the coin identified and get it ready to go. We put a new flip insert in. If we happen to use any of your coins in photography for the massive library of Lincoln cent die varieties on coppercoins.com, we will give you the coin with a flip insert that shows that it is a plate coin for the website, and your flip insert will be signed, hand signed. You can send those into Annex, and they will attribute and note the coin as a plate coin on the holder. You have to pay for their variety service. There's another one of them right there. So that's something I could have missed earlier in the roll. I'll have to go back and see if we can find any more of these ones with the heavy die scratch running north and south through the one of the date. But that is definitely another one of those. Well, I don't know you, David, but my name is Chuck. I'm glad to meet you. We are in the midst of trying to figure out what all we've found here in this roll. Hey, just sit back and enjoy it. Join us. Welcome to Chit Chat. Welcome to say whatever you need, or if you need to ask questions, if you see something you'd like to ask a question about, just remember what coin number we're on. That would be one before the number you see on the right side of your screen. So we're on coin number 24 right now. And just say, hey, coin number 24, that thing right over there, what was that? So I can get coin number 24 back out and show it to you. We could talk about it. This isn't where I'm just trying to rush through and get done. I am kind of rushing through to keep it from turning into a bore fest. Because, well, these things can get kind of boring if you're not finding anything. It's kind of like anybody going through rolls of coins. It's just not something that you want to really spend a lot of time on unless we actually have something going on that's worth watching. And I don't consider my little rants really worth watching. Sometimes I'll get into coin education while I'm talking here, and that might be something interesting to watch, but for the most part, I'm just kind of rambling on. Of course, and sometimes some of the people, they have been so starved of information over the years that they've been collecting that when I do start talking and making sense, they consider that their coin education. Poor guys. Eric Maith comes up next, coin number 27. Let's see what we have here. Oh, it's another one of our RPMs. That's our sans serif RPM that I've been finding in this particular roll. There are a lot of RPMs listed for 1946S. A lot. All right, coin number 28 for Stan. And back over to Stan. See what we get for Stan. See if we get a coin at all. Here we go. There it is. Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. All right. Wait on your evening dose of dirty water. I tell you what, we do have an auction every week on Tuesday, just about every week on Tuesdays. And there can be some really great deals in there if you want to hop in sometime. You just have to register first to be sure that if you do see something you want to bid on, you'll be able to bid on it, because you have to be registered to bid. Registration's absolutely free. You can drop it in an email to me. It would be coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. Drop your real name and your PayPal email address or whatever you want to use to receive PayPal invoices, and we'll get you set up. Eric. That's Eric Maith this time. Oh my goodness. Would you look at that? Here you go. Major RPM for 1946. Very, very nice. Very nice. So, Eric, you're getting a pretty one. Getting a pretty one, my man. I think this is RPM number 3. It could be RPM number 3, I think. I'm not really sure, though. Because, well, I don't do stuff like that. Not quite that easy. I'm not quite that good at it. I'm looking it up now. .46S. No, it's not number 3. Wow. Maybe, yeah, I think this is number 20. I do believe this is number 20. I may not even have one of those. Kind of amazing stuff. The things that you can find when going through rolls. Yep, this one's going to be RPM number 20. It may turn into a plate coin because the one that I'm looking at in my little library is it's an earlier die state than this. But that's going to be kind of amazing right there. Amazing stuff. Nobody deserves it more. All right, there we go for that. Wow, I'm down to where I'm just making a pile of RPMs over here. I'm not even trying to separate them anymore. There's dirty water. Let's see what dirty water gets. Well, struck through on Eric's coin in front of Lincoln. All right, I'll go back and look. I don't see anything on this one. So we'll go back to Eric's coin, take a look again. That's coin number 30. I'll have to readjust my scope to deal with one that's already in the holder. Let's see. Are we talking about that right there? That's just a stain with a couple of scratches. No struck through. Nope, no struck through. Whatever it is, it's probably just marks or something that was damaged on that coin. Oh, just the light. Okay. All right, next up, Mark. Got nothing here. Unfortunately, got nothing on this one. Oh, that's that one with the dot after the B. I think that's cool. That almost looks like it was intentional, one way or another. All right, number 33, crispy. Yeah, I've seen this die. It's not going to be anything. It's another one of those ones with the dot. I like that. I think that's just kind of cool. It's a B dot. It's a B dot 1946 variety B dot. Number 34, back to Carl. Let's see. Is that going to be another one of them? No, this is the RPM with just a little bit sticking out of the lower serif. You can tell because of that big die scratch runs through the one. Nothing else on this one. But that one will go in the short stack of RPMs. Stan up next. Stan the man. What do we have here? Is it another one? No, this one's different. This is the... I've seen this one. Right now I can't identify to you where I saw another one, but I know that die. I don't know its name, but man, its face sure rings a bell. Machine doubling. Right along the outside edge of the eye and the B of Liberty. It's machine doubling. Thins down the eye and B just a little bit. It has no notching at the corners, and it has no actual body of its own. Those are the ways that you can tell machine doubling from real hub doubling. Real hub doubling is what we call a double die. There's another sans serif, but it's not one of our RPMs. Interesting looking eye area though. Oh wait, this is a double die here, I think. Is it? Are you fooling me, or is it real? I think you're fooling me. Yeah, I don't see any notching. At first I thought I was seeing something, but I don't think I am at this point. Looks like machine doubling. Strikes again. Yep, ice cream scoop look. I see it now. See right there how these little lines show that it's been just slid over? That's not a different punching. That is a punch slide. Punch slide, punch slide, punch slide. That is eject doubling. That's what eject doubling looks like. You can see it better on this. At first I thought that was a double die. But yeah, punch slide, punch slide. So basically what happened with this coin is it was struck, and as it was struck, the die slid to the side, catching all of these devices and smearing them. You can see all these straight lines here. All these straight lines are part of that smear effect. But man, when you get it in the light just right, it sure looks like a double die. But it is not. Takes me a minute to see that sometimes. Well, the T, the T is actually like really, really close looking. I mean, that really is what a lot of double dies look like. But it is not. That's where you get your education around here. Finding things, thinking it might be something, examine it a little harder, and figure out that it isn't. Next up, now see, I have no pony in the show of trying to tell you that a coin that is a double die is not, because I'm giving up the coin either way. So I may as well tell you what it is, and what it is machine doubling. You can't attribute machine doubling. Machine doubling is a very coin-to-coin thing. You could have one coin minted completely normally, and then the die goes loose, and the next coin could have machine doubling. And therein lies your problem with why you would call this of any sort of value. It is not an error, and it is not a variety. They are normal coins. Reason they're not an error, here's another B dot. Reason they're not an error is because they are within the tolerance of what the mint would expect a coin to look like when it comes off the press. They're not trying to make them microscopically perfect. The reason it's not a die variety is because it was not on the die. So whatever is going on with the coin that is some nice toning. That's some really nice toning. Look at all that color. Whatever's going on with the coin had nothing to do with the die itself. The die itself was fine. It is how the coin was struck that makes it machine doubling, which the machine is the press, and the doubling is that the press caused the doubling. So that's machine doubling. Sometimes people call the doubled dies, they call it die doubling, which I guess it could work as die doubling, but the die did not cause the doubling. The hub caused the doubling, so we call it hub doubling. Hub makes the die. Die makes the coin. The doubling's on the die, so it was caused by the hub. Hubs make dies, so hub doubling. You go up a step from that, you've got what's a master hub, or master die, master die. So the master die causes doubling on a working die, then you've got master die doubling. Master die makes the hub, the working hub. The working hub is doubled. It doubles to all the dies it makes. So say that a working hub makes 40 dies. All 40 of those dies are going to be exactly the same. They're all going to have the same doubling on them, and they're all going to produce coins with doubling on them. The coins that they produce, you're talking about 30 or 40 working dies. You can actually make 30 to 40 million coins with that many dies. So 30 to 40 million coins have the exact same doubling on them. Now you're starting to get the picture. There's no chance those really have any value. So the individual dies that are doubled, that create doubling on coins, or transfer doubling to coins, those are the ones that we're after. Those are the ones with value. The value is largely determined by their scarcity, how strong they are, and whether or not there's a demand for them. Like many, many other things in the world, you have to have demand to have value. Sometimes you get a good enough supply, it keeps the value down some. There's another one of the RPMs, a little minor one. And then sometimes you don't. Sometimes there's not enough supply to cover the demand. Not enough supply to cover the demand. You got a nice looking double die with a lot of followers. You end up with a lot more demand than you have supply. Makes the value go up. Also works that even if they're relatively common, somewhat common, if there's enough demand, the supply will remain low even though there's plenty of them out there. Take the 1955 King double die, the huge one. There's probably some 400 to 500,000 coins out there. Most of them at this point are in collections and spoken for. But the fact that demand is so high for those, regardless of what the supply is, the demand keeps itself on top of the supply, which makes it valuable. That, and plus it's a major double die, and, well, my grandmother would be able to tell you with her naked eye what's going on with that coin. Nothing like what we're finding in these rolls. What we're finding in these rolls are ones that are so tiny you have to have a loop to see them. Max value on something like that's probably going to be up to about 2 times the value of the normal coin for the date, mint, and grade. Another sans serif 46S, but it didn't have anything on it. Now, sans serif is where you're going to find a die that is a double die that shows very strongly in Liberty. Strongest on the L and weakest on the Y. If you're familiar with the 1971 double die obverse 101 FS 101, it looks a lot like the 1946S double die. Both are scarce. Both are the ones that are visible enough that a lot more than just die variety collectors go clambering after them, so you have something that will always have a lower supply than demand. Most of the cherry picker listed die varieties that is listed in the Cherry Picker's Guide to Rare Dye Varieties. If they're listed in that Cherry Picker's Guide, they're usually going to bring a premium, a big premium. All right, we're done with this roll. Carl didn't get anything there. We've got about a little better than half a dozen varieties in this roll. Did pretty good. I mean, didn't exactly clean up, mop the floor with it, but hey, what do you expect? These are rolls of coins. All right. All right, folks. Well, I am going to call it for the day. I've got some other things to take care of. Tomorrow I'm going to be off, so I'll be back on Friday. We'll be doing 3 or 4 reveals on Friday, and then we'll come back to it Sunday and Monday. I have to take the day off again on Saturday for my wife, so we'll be back at it either Sunday or Monday. I'll get those scheduled and we'll have them up. We've got another reveal show coming up on Monday. Don't forget, you can get involved in these rolls anytime as long as you're registered with us. You show up at the show, the reveal sales show, on Monday evenings at 7 p.m. if we have them. Yes, Frosty, I do. So I'm going to go ahead and take off and get Frosty's phone call, and I'll talk to you here in a couple of days. Have a great one.